Effect. Y-A-J. Welcome to Y-A-J.
What's up, spiritual brothers and sisters on a YouTube Tuesday? Veronica Rose, Bradley, and Antonio's here tonight. Today, I should have named the show The Verdict. And I watched the Dr. Phil segment. I watched quite a few, and he asked some great questions to the family. But before I begin, I want to say I love my kids and my grandkids. And I want to do a segment on Black men and white females. And I want to do this by probably either next Saturday or YouTube Tuesday, one of the two. I'll figure it out when, but I definitely want to do a segment on Black men and white women, or it could be white men and Black women. It does not matter. It's just that I want to do a segment on that because you'll see why I feel the way I feel. Also, CBS News also said that some Florida teachers can now carry guns inside of the classroom. That is scary because, again, here's a situation, and I take from Nicholas Cruz, where he blended in with the other students after he shot a lot of people and almost walked away scot-free. So I'm waiting for this mishap to happen before there's going to be a catastrophe that's going to happen. We all know that's going to be a catastrophe because, again, if you don't know who the shooter is, you're just going to shoot anyone. Okay. As I get back to this Dr. Phil segment, when he did, and I also, it's on YouTube, so I went on and posted it before the show, so that way y'all could see it for yourself. It's a short clip. He did an exclusive interview to the Bottom family. And the thing that I want you to know is this. I'm not for sure exactly, I'm not saying that someone just getting a sentence is something, but when you look at a situation like this, and this is what a lot of media, a lot of people who are in different types of neighborhoods, never had nothing happen to them, or, a wing and a prayer, or whatever you want to call it. But when people in our neighborhoods, the middle-class neighborhoods, the poor people, the people who understand what murder is, and accidental murder, and malicious wounding, and when you understand what has happened in this situation, then you can feel a little outrage. It ain't the fact. I understand what Antonio was telling me. It's not that the family just said, you know what, it's over, blah, 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 blah. But what we're saying is this. If Veronica Rose, Antonio, myself, was to walk in somewhere accidentally do something, we don't have high-powered attorneys to get our tails out of a situation. Mm-hmm. And believe me when I tell you, it's called 25 to life. All those who remember that young lady in Ashland who fired that warning shot at the Walmart up the street from my crib, she got 25 to life. And she didn't even know the girl. She just fired a warning shot in the air because she's saying she was being harassed by some other boys, Ben or whoever they were, because of her sexuality, because she was a lesbian. And she fired a warning shot in the air and it killed the girl. I remember that. Matter of fact, Veronica Rose and I were there that night. We were? At the Walmart.
Oh, that's right. We were.
You were there.
Yeah.
We just didn't know what was going on until we saw all the cops. But the reason why I'm getting into depth with this is because of this. Aren't you tired of hearing about all these people getting out of crimes or lesser sentences for committing heinous crimes? There's no way you mean to tell me that a grown man can mount a child and a judge looks at him and gives him probation. There is no way. You're trying to tell me I can take a gun, wave it around the streets, and pop somebody in the head with it and call it an accident or I'm mentally ill. There's no way you can tell me that if I take a life, whether it's justified or unjustified, and I'm going to clear that up for a second, because there's a difference between justified and unjustified, and there's a difference between self-defense. If you're coming at me in a very threatening manner, and I tell you numerous times, get out of my face, back off, I got a gun. That's what I'm called. That's what I call that self-defense. Now, justified is what people have been using when they've been shooting other people that are unarmed. Philip Castile. I was told by an officer to brandish my firearm because I am a concealed carrying individual from the NRA. I got my license. I'm about to show you. But as the officer said, he unloaded on him. Not just once, but multiple times in front of a child and his fiance or girlfriend. George Zimmerman was told to mind his business in Florida when he accosted a 17-year-old boy. And as this boy was realizing he was fighting for his life, George Zimmerman shot him with a 9mm. Because, quote unquote, he said all blacks get out of trouble. They don't pay for none of their crimes. That's what he said. But he was told by the 911 operator to leave him alone and let the police handle it. If you get a chance to understand or see the Dr. Phil segment when he was talking to the family, he asked them good questions. But in the same token, there was something about that disturbed me, because the part that disturbed me out of all that was they were hoping she would get heavier sentences, maybe 20 to 25 years. So then why would you post that you want to be friends? His dad wanted to be friends with her, and the brother hugged him. Because honestly, I'll be honest with you, and I tell Laura Veronica Rose, I tell her all the time.
And sister.
I tell her, shut up. I tell her all the time. I said, look here. Because sometimes I get confused. I said, look here. You're white. And if someone harms your family member, your child, your mother, whoever may be, the first person you're screaming is murder. You're not screaming misdemeanor. You're not screaming, oh my God, this was an accident. You're going murder. That's the first thing out your mouth when someone does harm to your family member.
No words gonna come out of my mouth, but yes, that's true.
Why does that? We black people, we already know it's murder, but we just sit there with this dumbfounded look on our face. Oh, that's because the justice fails us. And Dr. Phil, again, made great points about the justice system. I'm telling you, go to my story and hit that YouTube link and watch that 5-minute segment. And he made a great point about the judicial system.
Well, Dennis has been saying a lot.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. I'm just tired of people just getting out of it. I'm tired of people just getting out of it.
He said, ask you and talk about the grill and smoked food and bacon with bacon.
If I could just come to your house and we could do grilling with Dennis, we can start from there, Dennis. And good luck to your team on Sunday.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond is closing 60 stores by the end of this year. I was talking to Antonio, who happened to be a guru on certain situations, and I was asking him, I was like, if they're closing 60 stores, shouldn't the unemployment rate about hike? He said, I don't know, I'm not a guru. I said, I told you so. I told you so. There's only one room for one guru, and that's me.
And what's a guru?
Play me out. Play me out. Oh dear Lord Jesus.
YAJ.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Joshua Brown, who got shot in
YAJ.
the trial, they said it was drug related. Daily Mail did. So Daily Mail got this information from somebody. I don't know if I'm done with this story, but please do not compare it with OJ.
Oh gosh, please don't go there.
So guys, you have a great evening. I don't know if I'm doing the show tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. I'm still working on the Mortal Kombat tournament. So see you. I might see you tomorrow.
For your
EMS.
EMS. Yeah, you've been slacking on the EMS kind of show, you know.
Hi, AJ.
Welcome.
Dennis goes, ha 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 ha.